Josh Taylor has been defeated by Ekow Essuman on his welterweight debut. Now, Josh Taylor, he was the favorite going into this fight. He was fighting in his hometown. Do you know what I mean? He had a crowd behind him. However, Essuman had different ideas, man. Now I know why they call him the engine. Because in the second part of the fight, he really showed his engine. Do you know what I mean? He stepped up the speed, stepped up the intensity of the fight. And unfortunately for Josh Taylor at the age of 34, after some of the wars that he's had, great career, fantastic career overall, yeah. But he just couldn't keep up, man. I can tell he just didn't have that next gear. Do you know what I mean? He just couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? Even though he had a great start. Do you know what I mean? The first 4-5 rounds, he was giving Essuman a lot of problems with the speed, the southpaw stance, and everything. He was looking good. People were saying, yo, Josh Taylor still has it at 34, like he's showing us the old Taylor. But he just faded, man. He just faded. And you know what? It happens. It happens, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? With fighters, as they get older, wear and tear, couple of wars here and there, they do slow down. And Josh Taylor, moving up to welterweight at this age as well, one thing it did show, he just didn't have the power or the strength as well. Do you know what I mean? Because Essuman showed his strength in there. He kind of like bullied and overpowered Josh Taylor in there. Do you know what I mean? It just showed him like, yo, you've been a super lightweight for a while, man. When you come up to welterweight, there's a difference in strength and power here. Do you know what I mean? It's not like Essuman was hitting him with bombs and he was stinging Taylor or anything like that. Nah, it's just the strength, the physicality, the presence. Do you know what I mean? Staying in his face, staying on Taylor. It told, didn't it? You know what I mean? It took his toll eventually, and Taylor just couldn't cope with it. Do you know what I mean? And just Taylor, now we're asking, where does he go from here? Listen, fantastic career, like I said. Undisputed champion, super lightweight, fantastic, great servant for boxing, yeah. But at 34, yeah, he's taking a couple of L's now, innit? Like he lost to who? Who did he lose to? Teofimo Lopez. He lost to Teofimo Lopez. He lost to Jack Catchrew, and now he's lost to Ekow Essuman. Now that's 3 defeats on a bounce now. Do you know what I mean? That shows the decline there. Do you know? It shows a decline. And I feel like for me, I think Adeola Depot, when he was interviewing him after the fight, he asked him, you know, what's next? You know, I don't know if he asked him if he's going to retire, but I did ask him, like, what's next? And obviously, Josh Taylor doesn't know yet. Do you know what I mean? He has to go back, you know, sit down with the family, sit down with the team, talk to his promoter, Frank Warren. And obviously, they're going to come up with a plan. You know, for me personally, if you're asking my personal opinion after watching his last 3 performances, I think it's time to retire, man. Sometimes just leave. Do you know what I mean? Just walk away. You've had a fantastic career. Do you know what I mean? Undisputed champion. How many people can say that? Not many boxers can say they've been undisputed champions. Do you know what I mean? Josh Taylor can say that. So he can walk away. He's had a great career. He's made money as well. Do you know what I mean? A lot of these fighters made money. But we never know what's going on behind the scenes. Some people have gambling problems, you know, debt or whatever. We don't know. I hope for Josh Taylor hasn't got any of those problems. I hope that he's looked after his finances very well. And I hope that he can just walk away now. Do you know what I mean? Because where does he really go from here? Let's be real. Ekow Essuman is not an elite fighter. Respect to the brother. Respect to the brother. I'm saying this with all the due respect. I don't disrespect any fighter. Do you know what I mean? But Essuman is not an elite fighter, man. If you compare him to some of the guys in the welterweight division, for example, in his boots, like, come on, like, do you know what I mean? He's not those levels, man. And if Jack Catchrew, sorry, not Jack Catchrew, if Josh Taylor can't even handle British level, he's got no chance, man. He's got no chance here against the other welterweight. They'll absolutely smoke him. So for me, it's either Josh Taylor takes another step down. Why would you want to do that after everything that you've achieved? And who really is out there? Do you know what I mean? Does he now go back to 140? For me, no. Do you know what I mean? For me, no point going back into 140. Just retire. Just retire, because it was telling in that fight that his legs are gone. His legs are gone. The fight, the spirit, the hunger, the desire is just not there. It's just not there. Do you know what I mean? And I really hope that he's got good people around him, a strong team, not a bunch of yes men who just say whatever he wants to hear. I really hope that he's got a team full of strong individuals, strong personalities who can step up to him and say, you know what, my brother, like, listen, you've had a great career. Just time to hang up. It's done. It's done. Because even in that 12th round, when he needed that bit of extra, do you know what I mean? To actually make the fight close, he didn't have it. He didn't have it. Do you know what I mean? And Usman was coming even more stronger. That's why they call him the engine. He really had the engine. And Osman himself, at 36 years old, like he's achieved good things at British level. I think Commonwealth champion, etc. He's done well. Do you know what I mean? But because he hasn't got that following yet, sometimes in boxing, it's not about talent a lot of the times. It's about popularity as well. Like if you have the following, if you sell tickets, do you know what I mean? You get opportunities in it. Because Essuman has never had a following. He's always traveled to other people's like hometowns or venues, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So he's always been the underdog. He's always had to prove himself. Do you know what I mean? And tonight he did exactly the same thing. A lot of people were expecting Josh Taylor to go in there and actually outclass him, but the opposite happened. First 5 rounds, like I said, Josh Taylor did well. Do you know what I mean? Navigated the fight well. Southpaw stance was giving Essuman some problems, but after that, the adjustments were made. Essuman stepped on the engine, and that was murder she wrote, man. Josh Taylor just couldn't keep up. Couldn't keep up. He was getting popped with shots that a couple of years ago he wouldn't get popped with those shots. Do you know what I mean? So for me personally, Josh Taylor, listen, great ambassador for the sport, but it's time to retire, man. It's time to retire. Whether he's going to do it, that's another story. I would advise him to do it, but then you know how these fighters are. Do you know what I mean? You know how these fighters are. They find it so hard to walk away. Do you know what I mean? But for me personally, it's done. It's done. There's no way to go from here. Do you know what I mean? Sit down with Frank Warren, I don't know, work something out and walk away and, do you know what I mean? Become a coach or a commentator, a pundit, whatever. Boxing analysis, come join us on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? But in the ring, I don't want to see Josh Taylor again. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, he lost a unanimous decision. I agree with the judges. 116, 113, 116, 112, 115, 113. I agree. I gave Ekow Essuman 3 rounds. Do you know what I mean? So I agree with the judges there. So, yeah, Josh Taylor, please retire. I am going to come back tomorrow with a reaction video to Moses Saitoma knockout win over what's his name? Who's Moses Saitoma fighting again? Balogun. Do you know what I mean? Balogun, he was fighting Balogun, knocked him out with a right hook. I've just seen the highlights. Unfortunately, because I'm training for a fight myself, I've got a fight coming up in July. So I'm training. So when Moses Saitoma was fighting, I was in the gym, I was training. So I just got back in time towards the Josh Taylor fight. So what I'm going to do is, after I've finished recording this video, I'm going to go back, watch the fight, Moses Saitoma fight. And it's not long anyway. I think it's about 8 minutes because he finished in the 2nd round anyway. Watch that fight back. See whatever happened in there, how he performed and stuff like that. And then come back tomorrow with my fight reaction. Do you know what I mean? An analysis, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to drop that tomorrow. So make sure you tune in. Once again, my people, I'm going to leave it at that, man. Thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Please don't forget to smash the like button. Leave your comments below. What do you think of Josh Taylor? Should he now retire? Should he now retire? Call it a day. He's had a great career. Just leave it. For me, just walk away, man. You just ain't got it no more. It's just the ability is still there, but the legs are gone, man. Do you know what I mean? The hunger, desire is just not there. Not like a few years ago. So for me, retire. But let me know, guys and girls, in the comments. Let me know your opinions, your views, etc. Let me know. And also, if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe, because that's how you're going to help the channel to grow. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and you can help us get there so much quicker. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one very soon. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.